As a result of a court order today, the government cannot proceed to establish Portmore as a parish until the procedure prescribed in Section 67 of the Constitution has been complied with, and an order is made under Section 67 of the Constitution. We are also mindful that the EOJ has formally advised the Parliament and the government that the required exercise to make the proposed boundaries comply with the Constitution will take over 1 year. The People's National Party is indeed pleased with this ruling, which underscores the obligation of the GLP government to respect our Constitution and the rule of law. This represents a block to the attempted gerrymandering of the constituency boundaries of Portmore by the GLP government ahead of the general elections due in 6 months. It is important to also note that there are a number of other constitutional breaches in our claim before the court that will be dealt with shortly. This includes the removal of the elected office of the mayor of Portmore, among others, by the Act. It is also very important that persons, including members of Parliament, who make comments about the role of the court regarding legislations by the Parliament, familiarize themselves with the Constitution, particularly Sections 2 and 48. These provisions explicitly authorize the court to strike any laws that are in breach of the Constitution and its supremacy. This is certainly not provisions that persons with autocratic dispositions are comfortable with.
Yes, it is a win for the people of Portmore. It is green light for Portmore to becoming the 15th parish for Jamaica. I mean, we've always maintained that the application brought by the People's National Party was premature. It comes from a place of them being so hungry for power and not wanting the people of Portmore to experience the kind of growth and development and the autonomy, that kind of identity that comes with being a parish. And it's shameful on their part. And so the government has always maintained that it is acting in accordance with the Constitution, that there is a process that will be followed, and having passed the act in Parliament, then there's a second part of the process, and that is under Section 67 of the Constitution, where there's a committee of the House of Parliament is to meet, and also for the ECJ to carry out its functions as it relates to constituency boundaries. Because the Parliament was concerned in the past of the Act with creating a parish, and we've always maintained that. And so I believe that this is a good day once more for the people of Portmore, knowing that, yes, it is green light to proceed with the process for Portmore to become the 15th parish.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. So guys, we have some breaking news. Justice Sykes has made another ruling in the case regarding the parish of Portmore. Both the government and the opposition are claiming victory and saying that they're both happy about the outcome of the case. But guys, let me give you a little more details. Just a few weeks ago, the opposition People's National Party went to court and sought an injunction to stop the process of Portmore becoming a parish. The injunction was temporary. Yesterday, the Supreme Court lifted the injunction, which means that the government can go ahead and make Portmore a parish as long as the guidelines are followed. What guidelines am I talking about? The boundaries. Did the government breach the boundaries or breach the guidelines? No. Were they ordered to stop anything? No. Were they cited for any wrongdoing by the court? No. Why are both sides happy? Well, you heard the gentleman in the beginning of this video. The government side, them happy because there's no injunction and they can proceed to make Portmore a parish. According to Attorney General Dr. Derek McCoy, who represents the government, quote, "We are very happy with the consent order. It sets out clearly what Minister Mackenzie said the government of Jamaica would be doing with the passage of the Parishes Act 2025. Now that everyone is declared to be on the same page, we can look forward to achieving the objectives of the legislation." Unquote. Meanwhile, the opposition, who also said they're satisfied, said that the Supreme Court's order is an affirmation of its stance that the governing JLP's efforts were a blatant breach of the constitutional process. I do not know how that can be because the Supreme Court, did not order the government to stop anything. According to the opposition, the legal action was necessary to hold the government accountable after the government chose to ignore a letter dated June 18th, 2024. They said that the letter was sent to Parliament by the Electoral Commission of Jamaica advising the government of a constitutional breach. According to Prime Minister Andrew Holness's social media accounts, Portmore is on track to become the 15th parish. This is a proud moment for the people of Portmore and a testament to the government's commitment to progress. The court has ruled no injunction in the Portmore Parish case. Every step taken has been in full accordance with the Constitution, and we remain dedicated to the process. A bright future awaits Portmore. So you hear the talk about the ECJ saying something to the parliament about the boundaries. Well, the ECJ has a duty to set electoral boundaries. So that's not, it's not anything strange. According to the government, they sought multiple responses from the ECJ since that letter was sent to the parliament but had yet to receive any updates. The problem would come, guys, in my view, if the ECJ said something and the government disregarded it. They did not do that, so there's no problem there. Anyway, the outcome is that, in a nutshell, Justice Sykes lifted the injunction. One. Number two, the government can go ahead with the process of making Portmore a parish. Both sides said they're happy. It sounds to me like the PNP is trying to twist it a little bit to say, yeah, we had to do this to stop them or something. There was nothing to stop. They weren't doing anything wrong. And the opposition didn't present any evidence that the government intended to breach anything. So there's this new thing that I observed in our politics over the last few years where people are jumping up and declaring victory where there's no victory. I see them do it in the local election. I'm talking about the opposition, People's National Party. In the local election, them lose the local election and them jump up talk about them win and victory. To this day, to this very day as we speak, they will tell you that they win the local government election. It's the same thing with this situation. They might declare victory and there's no victory. They asked for an injunction so that the court could hear the case. The case was heard, injunction lifted. Portmore can go ahead and be a parish now. Where is the victory for the opposition? I don't get it. Guys, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a feeling that when the election call, if the opposition now win the election, they're going to say they won. How that's going to turn out, I just hope it does not cause any unrest, any political, social unrest. It's a very dangerous game. And in my opinion, a dangerous time for the politics of Jamaica. We don't want it to descend any further than it has descended because of the actions of this opposition leading the PNP. I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable. People are coming out declaring victory to undermine our processes, undermine our courts, undermine our election. I don't like that. That's a dangerous thing. Anyway, guys, this is Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Keep it locked here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're telling a friend about this channel. Please share our content and let me know in the comments What do you think? Was there a victory for the PNP? Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.